corporate training specialist based out of Richmond, Virginia. So I'm going to be taking you through all things customer first related. We have a nice presentation where I have some slides that I'm going to talk through, and then I'm also going to do majority of my training in our test system today. So you're going to be able to see the full functionality of Customer First. If you have any questions throughout today's call, please feel free, if you're comfortable, to take yourself off mute. I have muted everybody, but if you have any questions and want to take yourself off mute, please do so. Or you can certainly utilize the Teams chat. I do have that up, so I'll be keeping an eye on that throughout today's training. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive right on in. So what we have on the agenda for this hour shouldn't take the full hour. It could or couldn't, but we're going to talk through, again, all things customer first. I'm going to discuss the registration process, how you all receive your invitations and get signed up into the site. We're going to talk through the differences of the mobile capabilities as well as the web. And for the demo today, I'm going to be doing the full system, the full web system. So you're going to see that live. And then I'll talk through some basic navigation tips and tricks. And then we'll discuss as far as what's next, when you'll start placing your orders in Customer First and going forward with the conversion. So with that, so Customer First, this is going to be your brand new online ordering platform. So this is going to take place of PowerNet. So once we turn this on and you go live with the Midlands conversion, again, this will be taking place of PowerNet. So with that, Customer First is available on a ton of different devices, right? So there is a web version that you can utilize on your laptops, iPads, desktops, phones. It's a really, really nice adaptive site. So it's very responsive. It's a really nice experience. You can use it on everything by using that web version. If you are the type of person who prefers to use a mobile app, we do have a mobile app, as well for Customer First. It's going to be offered in the App Store and the Google Play Store. So once you've registered online through this site, you then can go into your App Store and download that mobile app. I am going to talk through just a couple of differences on the web version and the mobile app version here. With the mobile, awesome functionality. You can search that product catalog. You can start and submit your orders. You can take a look at any of your submitted orders from your purchase history. You can also edit submitted orders, which I'm going to walk you through today in the web version. You're going to have a good look at the product detail page for all of our items in the product catalog. You'll be able to mark items critical, any order exceptions, any find similar feature you're going to be able to use in the mobile. And then for those of you who may be in a rural area where Wi-Fi could be a little spotty, or maybe you go into your walk-ins and the Wi-Fi is non-existent in there, by using the mobile app, there is an offline capability. So once you rejoin on Wi-Fi, it's going to sync up with you. So that's really nice as well. And then you're also going to have visibility to your invoices. So again, this is all offered on the mobile app. So everything that's offered on mobile, in addition to what I'm about to talk to next, is going to be our web current capabilities. Both mobile and web, you can have multiple customer access. So what that means is for my operators who have multiple locations, so maybe you as an individual oversee 2, 3, 5 locations at one time, you'll be able to log in with your one login account, one username, one password, and you'll be able to toggle back and forth between those different locations, be able to view your information, place any orders, all with that single login. You'll also, again, be able to edit orders after you have submitted them, and I'm going to show you that again today here. You'll be able to place orders from any device, view all your order activity, so not only the orders that you're placing, but if your sales representative places an order for you, you're going to have full visibility to that. You're also going to be able to view, create, and manage lists. So just a slight verbiage change there. In Customer First, order guides are now going to be called lists. So again, just some verbiage change. You'll also be able to view your invoices, statements, proof of delivery documents. Again, you'll be able to search that product catalog, compare those products. And then we have a reporting tool that's built into Customer First. So a lot of really cool reporting functionality you'll be able to utilize. and also view, print, and export data throughout the entire site as well. There's a lot of really nice kebabs in there, which I'm going to talk to in a second, that allows you to get that information. You'll also be able to manage your profile preferences. There are 15 tutorials built into CustomerFirst as well that briefly walks you through how to navigate the site. You'll also be able to access that inner site messaging tool, and then we also have PAR management. So lots and lots of really cool functionality within not only mobile, but also the web version for CustomerFirst. So now let's talk about, before we actually dive into the demo and the training today, I want to talk through your registration and invitation process. So hopefully you all have received your invitations if you currently order online today, or you've spoken with your sales representative and you plan to sign up for CustomerFirst and start placing your orders, or even if you're the type of person who still prefers to go through your sales representative, that's fantastic. And you still want to have access to CustomerFirst just to view your information. Again, hopefully you have received those invites. If not, that's perfectly fine. Just let your sales representative know that you have not received an invitation to your email, and then we can go ahead and get you set up. So what that looks like, so again, we have sent you an email. So one thing to note is your credentials from PowerNet did not convert over, so you will need to recreate your login account. So we've sent you an emailed invitation. It's going to come from noreply@pfgc.com. And then the subject line is going to be CustomerFirst invitation. And this is an example of what that looks like here. So for the most part, it's a really nice experience. It goes to the top of your email inbox. Some of you may have a little bit more security around your inbox. That's perfectly fine. I would just recommend that you check your junk folder. If you don't see it in either folders, again, just let your sales rep know, and we will absolutely get you signed up prior to that go live. So once you do receive the invitation, you're going to want to click this complete your setup option. Now, again, it's going to go to your email address, which is going to serve as your username. So in this middle example here, once you hit complete your setup, this is going to be your next window, where again, your username is going to be displayed. It's grayed out, so you don't have the ability to make any changes to that. So again, just think about the exact email address you would like as your username, spelling correct, all that good stuff. Because again, we're not able to update that. We'd have to kind of restart the whole process, which is fine. So then your display name, your first and last name is already going to be populated for you. The only thing you'll need to worry about doing is scroll down and create your password. Once you've created your password, you're going to select next, which then will open you up to the CustomerFirst login page. So let me kind of go over here. So it's going to jump you to the home screen of CustomerFirst. So this is what it looks like here as an example. And from here, you're going to want to plug in your username and your password that you had just created. Once you've signed in, it's going to ask you to scroll through the terms and conditions, you know, the website cookies, all that good stuff. And then you're logged in and you are good to go. From there, you can bookmark it, save it for later use, and then you can also go into your app store and download the mobile app if you prefer. And then once you have successfully logged in, you are going to receive a second email that is letting you know, congratulations, you're all set up and good to go. So I'm just going to pause there for a second, make sure there's no questions in the chat, make sure everyone's following along, or if we have any questions, please feel free to ask away. All right, perfect. We're going to go ahead and continue. So with that being said, another thing for just future use down the road, you know, we all have about 1,000 passwords that we have to keep track of with all of our different devices and whatnot. So if you by chance ever forget your password, the spelling's not working out, whatever the case may be, you will have to follow a forget password process. So super simple, it takes less than a couple minutes. But one thing to note is our security is pretty buttoned down, so we don't have access to your password information. So the local operating company won't have access to it. The corporate office won't have access to it. It's only private to your password. So with that, if you ever need to reset your password because you're not able to log in, on that home page below the username and password box, there's going to be a forget password hyperlink. So what you're going to want to do is click on that forget password. It's going to then ask you to plug in your email address, which is that username. And then from there, you're going to be emailed a verification code. You'll follow the prompts, use that, input that verification code, excuse me, and then you'll go and create your own password, log back in, and you should be good to go. So again, anytime you need to reset your password or you're not able to remember it, just follow that forget password process and you'll be good to go. All right. Couple other things before we dive into the demo here. I just want to talk through some icons and some terminology that you're going to hear me say a lot throughout the training, kind of helps it make sense. So I'm going to say the word kebab a lot. It's these three little bubbles that kind of looks like a kebab that you're going to see a lot throughout Customer First. So anytime I click on that, it's always going to open up additional menu options. You're also going to see the change sort icon. So anytime you click on that, it's going to allow you to customize your sort. So do you want to view items by purchase history, by alphabetical? You can really customize your view. You're also going to see this little cone here, which is going to allow you to filter any of your search results. You'll see this create new order symbol, and then you're going to see this location selector a lot. It's going to be on every single screen, and this is very important, especially for those who may oversee multiple locations, or maybe you order from different operating companies, right? So if that's the case, it's very, very important to be mindful of that you are selected on the correct location. So we call that the location pin. It's always going to be displayed at the top of your homepage here, which we're going to talk to in a second. And I really, really train to this a lot, and you're going to hear me say it an annoyingly amount today, to always be mindful that you've selected the correct location when placing any orders, editing any order guides, anything like that. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Customer First, and we're going to dive right on into training today. So again, I'm using our test environment, so I'm going to fully be able to show you everything functionality-wise that you can use today. So on the home screen here, once you've logged in, again, it's going to display your location pin at the top. It's going to display it by your customer name, your address, the OPCO, and customer number. So for those of you on the call who have multiple locations, you'll notice that when you hover over the location pin, it grays out here. So if you click into that, it's going to provide a drop-down box where you can toggle back and forth between your different locations. So again, this way you're not logging in, having 4 different email addresses and 4 different passwords to keep manage of. So, and it's a really nice experience. Again, you can toggle back and forth pretty quickly. You can also search by typing in the name, the number, anything like that, and then select the customer location you want to be in for that day. So on the home screen here, I'm going to I'm going to hold on to these 4 tabs. We're going to talk to that later. On the home screen though, again, you're going to have visibility to your recent orders. So your order activity, right? So not only the orders that you are placing, but your sales representative, the orders that they're placing for you, you're going to have visibility to that. If customer service needs to go in and make any edits for you, again, you'll have visibility to that. So you can also sort it by unsubmitted, submitted, preparing, out for delivery, delivered, all that good information. For those, again, who have multiple accounts, multiple locations, you can select multiple at one time. But again, just remember, this is the key location, right? So anything that you do, place an order, change an order guide, anything like that, it's going to be for this pin that is selected. But there's a lot of opportunity to view multiple locations at one time throughout the site. All right. You're also going to see your AP summary displayed on the home screen. It's going to show balance, past, current, and total due information. You can also jump to your AP statement screen, or you can select make a payment. So for those of you who prefer to pay online, you will be transitioning to our online bill pay, which is called Performance Pay. So there are 2 separate systems, Customer First and Performance Pay, but this make a payment option just jumps you over to the Performance Pay site where you can log in, make your payment, see your information. So again, this isn't the payment portal. That's a whole different system. This just is a quick jump over to that system. All right. And then I'm going to start on this navigation bar at the top here. I'm just going to kind of work from my right to my left. So at the top, we have our shopping cart. So once we start placing our order, start adding items to our cart, you're going to see this cart adding those items. And then we have this user management icon. So this little person icon here is user management. So by clicking on that, it's going to provide you a ton of different menu options. So from here, if I click on profile, this is going to take me to my contact information screen where I have the ability to update my name, my email address, my phone number if I have one provided. But you'll notice my username, which again serves as our email address. You don't have the ability to update that, but if you do want a secondary email address, you most certainly can update that information if you'd like. At the beginning of the call, we talked about the forget password process. So that's if we can't remember our password and log in. If you have logged in and you ever want to update your password, you can do so from here. You're also going to see on your login page communications. So anytime you place an order from CustomerFirst, you will receive a confirmation email. That's automatically going to happen for you. If you have anyone who may not necessarily want a CustomerFirst login, that's totally fine, but they want to receive those confirmation emails, you can always add additional users to receive those confirmation emails. So what you'll do is you'll just click on this add new, you'll plug in that person's email address, and then anytime you place an order for, they'll also receive that confirmation email. All right, and then next there's going to be the message center. So this is what I was referring to, that inner site messaging tool. So the really cool thing about this is, again, if you oversee multiple locations, or maybe you're the owner of the operating company and you want to send a communication out to whoever places the order for you, maybe it's a chef, maybe it's a GM, whatever the case may be, you can send that communication to that user. So when they log into CustomerFirst, they'll have that waiting for them. So it could be anything like, for example, hey, be mindful of the team holiday party that you should be hosting. Or, hey, it's coming up on Christmas. We typically do this special. Don't forget to order this item, whatever the case may be. So you can go in, add those recipients. So again, you'll have visibility to your customer account. You can do it user specific. So if you're just sending it to the chef and maybe not your accounting person, for example, so you can select it by the user, or you can create a group. So if you're constantly sending it to the same 4 people, you can create a group for them, and that way you don't have to go search for them individually. For today's example, I'm just going to pick a random account. Let's do this little barbecue here. Hit apply, and now they're up at the top in my recipients page. Now you'll add your subject line. So I'm just going to say, don't forget, for example, holiday party. Right. So whatever the case, whatever you want to put in there, you certainly can. You can also add an attachment. So maybe if you have a 1-pager about what you're trying to communicate to them, you can attach that. You can send it as a generic message, or you can send it as a high priority message, completely up to you. So to send it as a high priority message, just for this example, I'm going to go ahead and select this box here, and I'm going to send this message. Right, so I've sent the message. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually jump over to that Craig's barbecue account that we just emailed them or messaged them. Jump over to them, and I'm going to refresh this and act as if I'm logging in for the very first time. So I'm logging in, and hey, I have a pop-up saying I have a high priority message awaiting for me. Do I want to go ahead and review it now, or do I want to select remind me later? If I hit remind me later, that's perfectly fine. It's going to display as a notification here. And then on my user management icon, I also have a communication. So once I've sent that message, you'll notice that it's unread because it's marked high priority and it's highlighted in red, versus this one is grayed out. So once I select it, it's going to be marked as red and I'm good to go. So lots of really cool options in there. Let me go ahead and jump back to this location and jump back to the messaging center. So we just sent that message. You can also create a message, save it as a draft. You can also view all your recent sent communications. And then anytime you do want to create a group or manage your group, you can do so here. So, and then next we have customer support. So one thing to note about the customer support tab is when you first log into CustomerFirst the very first time, and you're starting to poke around and navigate between your different screens, you're going to get these tutorials that pop up. Again, it's just going to be a one-time thing that's going to briefly walk you through how to navigate the screen that you are on. So if you click on PAR management for the very first time, this tutorial is going to pop up. Again, it's going to walk you through step by step how to create a PAR, how to manage your PAR levels, all that good stuff. So it's only a one-time thing, but if you ever need to refer back to them and need some additional training, we have 15 tutorials built into this customer support page. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to the home page. One thing to note is CustomerFirst uses breadcrumb navigation. So what that means is you'll notice throughout training, I will never click this back arrow, right, to toggle back and forth between my screens. I'm going to follow what we call the breadcrumb. So you'll see me toggle back and forth between here, or anytime you want to just jump to the home page, click on that Performance Foodservice logo and it's going to take you back home. Okay, so next, just again, working our way from the right to the left. So here we have our search catalog box. So within here, you can go search throughout the product catalog. So I can do, we're just going to do lettuce for today, right? So I'm going to start typing in lettuce. And the way that our search works is, you know, when you go in Google and you start kind of typing something out, it tries to guesstimate for you. So same concept here. You'll notice that I've typed in lettuce. Not only is it showing my recent search, but it's also trying to guesstimate what type of lettuce am I looking for. I'm going to keep it as is. Go ahead and hit search. And from here, it's going to jump me out to the product catalog. So it's going to show the full marketing descriptions, the brand, all that good stuff. It's going to show me the item number, pack size. I can add it to my order if I'd like. And then, or this is what we call a list view. If I want to switch my view to a grid view, I can. Kind of makes it a little bit bigger, but completely up to you. I can also fine tune my search. So if I want to filter down my search, I can filter it by category, by brand, by product attributes. If I want to be looking for something gluten-free, I can really fine tune that filter. You can also keep scrolling, search for items as you search in the catalog. So it's not some huge page where you're scrolling and scrolling. It's going to load 25 items at a time. So you'll just hit load more and it's going to open up some additional items. So within here, you can also click into the item, which is going to take you to the, let me get a different one here. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So it's going to take you to the product detail page. So from here, it's going to have images. You can toggle back and forth if it has multiple images. You're also going to see real-time inventory, including next PO date and quantity. You're going to see nutritional facts, allergen information, details about that item, including packaging and storage. So all that's going to be displayed on that product card. You can also say you're looking for additional information up on the kebab here. You can request additional nutritional information, or maybe if something's showing incorrect, you can also report that as well. It's going to be sent off to the proper team. They'll investigate and make any corrections if needed. And then you can also customize your own product description. So if you have nicknames for certain items, you can go into CustomerFirst and you can customize those items. So for example, this lettuce here, maybe I have a funny nickname for it that I call it Letty, right? Just to be funny. So I call this lettuce here Letty. So next time I call my sales rep, I'm like, hey, order me 2 cases of Letty. My sales rep should knows what that means as a nickname, right? So, or anytime you want to revert it back to its original description, again, just click on that pencil icon, click on the kebab and reset it to default. You can also add the item from the product detail page to your list. So again, your order guide, or if let's just say for whatever reason, you kind of want to compare some items with this lettuce, You can click on this Find Similar option, which is going to jump you back out to that product catalog card. If you have a recommended item, that's going to be displayed there. Or of course, you can also compare. So maybe you're interested in these 5 products. You can compare up to 5 at a time. It's going to bring them up. Again, brief descriptions. It's going to display that real-time inventory. It's going to show you the images. And then if you had ordered from it in the past, it's also going to display that purchase history. Once you're done, it's going to take you back to the original detail page. You can also jump back to the product catalog if you want, or you can go ahead and jump home if you're good to go. All right, so next I'm going to talk through the Invoices tab here. So on the Invoices screen, again, this location is going to match your location pin, so very important. It's always going to be displayed within the last 30 days of the invoice date range. You can also open it up. So if you're interested in seeing the last 12 months, you can filter that down. And then it's going to be displayed by invoice number, type, and date. So not only are you going to see your invoices here, you're also going to see any credits. You'll see the order number and PO if one was provided. You'll see quantity, total, all that good information. You can also click on the kebab next to the individual invoice line item, and you can download your invoice if you'd like. You can print and download. Or you can also take a look at your proof of delivery documents. And again, you can print or download. You can also click into the invoice if you want to look at any additional information. You can again sort by line number, product number, ship quantity, extended price, all that good information. You can jump back to your invoices, and then you can also export. So if there's a certain amount of invoices that you want, you can select them all or just individuals, and you can actually export them into an Excel file. And from here, you can customize your export preference. So if you're wanting, let's just say you want vendor number, manufacturer name, you don't care to have product description or whatever the case may be. And then you can go ahead and download, and it's going to export to that Excel file. Also on the Invoices tab, there's going to be AP statements. So this is going to give you access to all your statements. Again, it's going to, the date range is going to be the current statement that you're in. You can open it up and adjust again. It's going to show that balance, past, current, total due information. Your location is going to match your location pin. You can also filter out the status. Do you want to view all by open? What's past due? What's closed? You can see that information. And then it's going to be displayed by type and date. So this is a payment. This is a credit. This is an invoice. So you'll have access to all that information. You'll see the status. Is it closed? Is it open? What's the document number? Was there a PO? Is there a check or reference number? And then what was the balance? So again, all your information, you can export your the last 12 months into an Excel file, or again, whatever date range that you're in, or you can click into the tab and view your statements further. And then lastly, on the Invoices tab up here, there's going to be Invoice Insights. So that's going to be the reporting tool that you can utilize throughout CustomerFirst. You can create your own report, or we have 4 templates already created that you can go in and make any changes if you need to. And then once you've created the perfect report, and maybe you run this report every week or every quarter, you can also save those reports and then use them at a later time and just adjust that date range. So a lot of really cool things in here. If you want to create a category usage year-over-year report, again, it'll have your location selected for you, but if you have multiple locations, you can select them all, or you don't have to. You can adjust your date range if you'd like, or if you're good to go, you can hit next, where it's gathering all the criteria for me and it's generating that report. If, again, this was the category usage report, so right now it's summarized by customer, then it's going to go down by category. If you want to really fine tune your categories or that report, you certainly can. So maybe I just want to pick, I'll just pick a couple of those, right? I've added my additional filters, and now I'm going to create that report. So from here, you're going to see that I have my location, I have my date range. Currently, it is being sorted by the total quantity shipped, but if maybe I want to see it by total dollars, and then here are my categories. I can export or print. I can also save this search and again, use it for a future use. All right, so we're going to jump back home and then we're going to go over to lists. All right. So again, slight verbiage change. This is going to be all of your order guides. So all the different lists. There's 3 different kinds within CustomerFirst. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. So at the bottom, this is called a managed list. So this is the order guide that your sales representative manages for you within their sales tool. Okay. You can absolutely click into it. You can view it. You can order from it. But you and your sales representative within CustomerFirst can't make any changes. It's again managed within their sales tool. So if there's anything like that, just reach out to them and they can definitely have that conversation with you later. But again, you can go in, you can look at these items, you can absolutely order from them, but you can't make any edits. And then the next list is going to be your purchase history. So we will automatically upload 53 weeks of your purchase history for you when we go live with the conversion. So from here, you can go, same thing, you can go in, you can view these items, but you unfortunately can't make any changes, right? You can't delete anything because again, these are all your purchase history items. But let's just say, for example, you may have ordered an item by mistake, or maybe again, you had that holiday party. You normally don't order this item, but yet once a year, or maybe you have a seasonal item that you order every 6 months. So what you can, and you like to order from your purchase history list. So what you can do is you can go into your purchase history and you can find that item. So for example, this baking powder here, let's just say I accidentally ordered that by mistake. I'm going to go ahead and click on the kebab and I can actually hide this product. So that way it's hidden. And when I go to place my order, I'm not going to see this item on my order entry screen. So that way I don't accidentally order it again. Let's just say this bacon here, I only ordered for this promotional item that I was doing. Again, I want to go ahead and hide this product. Or let's just say I do like this bacon. I want to actually order it all the time. I'm about to go on vacation. I want to make sure that this is a crucial item that we must have on hand at all times. You can go into all your different lists and you can mark items critical. So again, same concept. You'll click on that item, click on the kebab, and you're going to mark product critical. What that's going to do is it's going to show this little star icon here, and I'm going to give you the whole example when we get to order entry, but that has now marked this product critical. You can mark as many products as you want as critical if you'd like, but these are meant to be those crucial items, those really important, you don't want to forget ordering items. If you ever want to take it off from a critical, again, click on the kebab, remove product critical. So I'm going to keep that just to show you what it looks like in order entry. And then I'm going to jump to the last list here. So the last one, so again, managed list, that's the order guide that your sales representative manages from their sales tool. Purchase history is going to display 53 weeks of purchase history. And then lastly is a My List. So this is the order guide that you can create within CustomerFirst. You can delete items, add items. You can make a true custom guide, sheet to shelf. This is going to be your order guide that you've created. So you can create a brand new one from scratch. We have this create tile here or this create new list. You can also import. So maybe you have an Excel sheet that you work off of separately and you want to import it into CustomerFirst, you absolutely can. We have these 4 steps here and a template. Just follow those instructions. It's a super easy process. Or you can go to your purchase history or your managed list and click on the kebab, and you can actually copy. You can copy and bring it up to a My List and then start making those changes. So for the example today, I'm going to work off this main guide that I have here. So I'm going to go in. And right now it is sorted by my custom categories view. I can do it by categories, recently purchased, alphabetical, or product number. But if you are truly wanting to create a custom guide, a true sheet to shelf sequencing, all that good stuff, the custom category is how you're going to want to go. So within this list, I already have some examples here. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse this all of my categories, and I'm going to hit manage list, which is then going to put me in edit list mode. So you have the ability to create categories, and then within those categories, you can create subcategories. So you see here, I have a walk-in category, and within that, I have a meat cooler, a produce cooler, I have a beer walk-in. I have a dry storage category where I have a spice rack. I have a freezer category where it says ice cream, and then I have one that says test, for example. So if you want to go in and create as many categories as you like or subcategories, you can click on this new category button. So from here, you'll name your category. So I'm just going to put, let's see, what else can I do? So we have a freezer and an ice cream, dry storage. Let's just do soda rack, right? So we're going to put that in soda rack here. Okay, so we have a soda rack category, and then within my soda rack, we want to create a subcategory. So maybe I want to put Coke products, for example, or whatever products you want. So now I have a subcategory. So from here, I can start adding items. So here is my Coke Zero. I just recently added it. It's now in my uncategorized placement. So I'm going to go find it. This is a pretty good uncategorized list. I need to organize this better. Let me go to the bottom. Okay, so here's my Coke Zero. So I can either check the box and move it, or I can actually, this equal sign here, I can click down and drag and place my Coke into my Coke products. I can grab my, let's just say I want to grab my flour and sugar. I'm just going to select these, scroll back up. Maybe I want to grab a couple other items as I'm scrolling up here. Just going to select a couple, and I'm going to move to the top. Select a couple more, and I now have 12 items selected. I can now move all those items. Let's just say I want to move it to my meat cooler. Okay, so I'm going to move those, and now those items have been moved. Maybe I want to grab a couple more, and I want to move those to my ice cream cooler. Okay, so now from there, I can open up my ice cream cooler, and I can truly sequence this list, right? So true sheet to shelf, I walk into my ice cream cooler and I want to see it line by line item for me. I can just go down the list. So a lot of really nice features there. You can also go in on the kebab here, you can manage your categories. You can control the sequence of the categories. So maybe I want my soda rack to go first. Maybe I want it to go be a part of my dry storage. So lots of really cool things that you can do within that. You can also manage your custom attributes. So we saw on that product card that I was able to customize that lettuce name. So you can also do it as a whole from your list. So if you want to, go through, make multiple changes, you absolutely can. You can also find and replace. So we have a nice find and replace feature. You can add items from another list, keep your list clean, and then you can also print and export. So from here, you can export or print from a PDF file. You can export it to an Excel or CSV. Just to call out the two differences, PDF optimized for printing gives you a lot of good information. It's just more of a condensed version. So it's just better for printing. It doesn't print that many pages versus this PDF option allows you to really include a lot of specifications, but it's going to be more pages. So those are just the differences. But again, you can always view it as a PDF, and then you can download or print. All right. And then next we're going to do on the inventory tab is going to be PAR management. So from here is where you can go in, create your PAR guides. You can also go into a current PAR guide and make any changes. If you want to create a brand new one, just select create PAR guide, name it. So I'll just put today's date, create PAR guide. And then from here, you can select which list you want to create this PAR level for. I'm going to keep it on purchase history. And I'm going to start just going down to my line items, adding some PAR levels here. I'm just tabbing down on my keyboard. All right, so I'm just gonna do a couple more. I'm not gonna do all of them. One thing to note with setting the par guide, it is at the whole number. It's not at the decimal. That is on our enhancement request, so hopefully that'll come sooner than later. But for right now, it is at the whole versus a 0.5, 0.75. So once you've set your par levels, you'll just hit done editing, and then you're gonna see that it was displayed here. It's always will show you who and when it was last updated. If you ever want to go into a current par list and make any changes, just click on the tile and then you can adjust your par levels. So if I now want to bump all these up to 2, I can do so. All right. So now we're going to actually start placing an order. So I'm going to start from the home page here. There are multiple ways that you can place an order in CustomerFirst. Again, we can search in the product catalog, start adding items to our order. We can go over to the orders tab, create new order. We can import an order, go into item order mode, repeat an order, and then adjust quantity. We can go and view our order history and take a look at all of our previous orders, or you can always start a new order from clicking the new order button. So by clicking new order, it's going to take me to order entry. So from here, it's going to display the marketing, the full descriptions of the product. Again, the item number, the size, the order quantity box, it's going to be the price. And then as we start adding items, it's going to total up for us. So one thing to note about the par, if you do want pars to be turned on, you will need to turn that on just one time. So what you're going to do is click on the kebab and you're going to select show par, and then you'll select which guide you want to, or which par list you want to order from. So I'm just going to put Friday, for example, hit show par. And now you'll see that my par level is being displayed right next to my order quantity box. So over here is going to be our order summary window. So we can customize our order name. So I'm going to put my name in today's date. And let me go ahead and just put test here. All right. And then you're going to see your location. So again, very, very important. This is the location that that order is being placed for. So it's going to match this location at the top. So always be mindful that you are in the correct location, from the correct opco, all that good stuff. You're also going to see your delivery date. It's always going to default to the next delivery date within your routing days. You can also open up by selecting this calendar and place a future order. You can place a future order 7 days out if you'd like, but again, it's going to display your routing days. You can also add a PO if you'd like. You don't have to, but you absolutely can. So I'm just going to put 10/10, today's date. And now I'm good to go, right? I verified that I'm in the right location. I've named my order. It's the right delivery date, all that good stuff. I'm ordering from my purchase history, excuse me. And now I can start placing my order. So I'm just going to quickly start going down this line here. I'm just, again, hitting 1, tabbing down on my computer pretty quickly here. You'll notice that my shopping cart is updating with me. I'm going to just keep on going pretty quickly here. So you'll notice that I was going so fast that I hit 11 cases of this food oil and 11 cases of this ketchup jug. So the cool thing about CustomerFirst is the more you use it, the more it's going to learn your behavior. So it knows that I normally don't order 11 cases of this oil or 11 cases of this ketchup. If I'm like, whoops, I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, just bring it back down to 1 and click away, that indicator is going to go away. If you did not see it and you just kept placing your order, that's fine. I'm going to show you what that looks like when we go to review our order. So one thing to note as well, you will now see items that are going to be displayed by the case or by the each. So when you're placing your order, again, just be mindful that you are placing it for the correct item. And then you're also going to see a ton of icons and badges throughout the site as well. You're now going to see special order items. You can't place them on CustomerFirst. You'll still need to contact your sales representative, but you'll have visibility. And then anytime you see any icons, you can always hover over them and it's going to explain what they mean. But again, I'm just going to continue adding items to my order here. I'm just going to go down the list. You'll see a bunch of banners as well. So if you have a discontinued item, you can always go click find similar, which is going to jump you out to the product catalog. And then if you have a recommended item, you can add that item, hit done, And then we're going to actually replace these. You don't have to, you can skip that, but now we're good to go. So once I've added all my items, I can click on review order. So from here, I'm going to purposely take this bacon off because we marked it critical. So I'm going to show you what happens when you don't add it to your order. So I'm going to hit review order. So let's just say on the order review screen here, you're going to have a couple of things that pop up before we go to fully submit our order. So you'll see I have attention requested. So when I open this up, it's going to say, please review and adjust if needed. And then if I hover over here, it says, looks like you may have entered an unusual quantity. Please adjust if needed. So again, whoops, I didn't see my 11 cases of ketchup. I don't want that. Let me go ahead and adjust back down to 1, click away. And now that attention has gone away. And then next, it's going to be, did you forget? So those items that I went ahead and marked critical in list management that I did not place to my order. So you'll see here, these blueberries I have marked critical are not displaying here at the top because I've added them to my order. These items are showing up here because I have not added them to my order. So if I'm like, whoops, I actually do want this bacon, I do want this beef, now I've added them and I'm good to go. So one thing to, again, note about CustomerFirst too, let's just say you stop here, you had to walk away for something, you haven't submitted your order, maybe someone accidentally exited out. That's okay. Again, it saves as it goes. So you don't have to worry about your order going away if you haven't submitted it. You can always, again, jump back to an unsubmitted. So you'll see this is what we started. It's showing unsubmitted. I can click back into it and continue working on it. So don't worry, it does save as you go. You don't have to click save and worry about losing your order. So I'm going to jump back into review order mode. Again, I've confirmed I have the correct location. Everything is set up and ready for me. I'm going to go ahead and submit my order. So from here, it's going to take me to the order acknowledgement screen where it's going to go through that confirmation process. It's going to tell me all my order information, where it's being delivered to, who and when it was ordered, my delivery date, quantity, total, all that good information. We'll just wait for that to be confirmed. All right, perfect. Order is confirmed. Now please review any exceptions below. So let me just close this really quick just to show you. So this is going to be the order confirmation, right? So it's going to show you your items. It's going to show you your ordered quantity versus your confirmed quantity. You're also now going to receive a confirmation email, and then anyone else that has elected to receive those will also get them. If you have any exceptions, they're going to show at the top here for you to review your order. So it's letting you know this product cannot be returned because this is a HACCP item. These fries are out of stock. This patty ground cannot be returned. This product out of stock. This one is out of stock, but there's a recommended sub. Maybe there was one that's low inventory. It's going to display when we're expecting the next shipment. So it's going to give you those exceptions. These are also going to be displayed on the confirmation email, which I'll show you in a second once that comes through. So from here, let me just write down this fry number so I don't forget it. 94078. Okay. So this item is out of stock, right? So as the customer, you can go in and you can actually edit your submitted orders. All right. So what you'll do, this is my order that I had just submitted. I'm going to go in. It's going to show me that order detail page here. And from here, I'm going to click edit order. So from here, it's going to let me know that I have 20 minutes to complete any order changes. I'm going to hit edit order, which is now going to put me in edit order mode. In the middle top right, you're going to see a clock in just a second once it catches up with us. So from here, we have a 20-minute countdown clock. So again, we have 20 minutes to make any changes to this order that we've submitted. If I've changed my mind, I'm good to go, or maybe my rep called me and said, hey, I took care of it for you, I'm going to go ahead and click cancel updates. But again, once you're in this edit mode, you can bounce around to different screens. It's not going to kick you out of that edit mode, but you have 20 minutes to make those changes and submit those changes. So let's just say, so these fries here are out of stock. So that's my 940 number. So I'm going to actually take that out. I'm going to go click on this item, which is going to jump me out to the product catalog. Now it's showing I have low inventory. and I'm going to go click Find Similar. I have a recommended item, which is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 cases of those. I'm going to select Done, and I'm going to go back into Order Entry. So you'll notice that those 2 fries did show up because they're going to be displayed here, right? So this is always going to be displaying the last items that you added to your shopping cart because it does keep it in order for you. So I've removed this item because it was out of stock and I grabbed the new French fries. Now I'm just going to adjust just a couple of these just for example here. So I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to adjust this to 2. I'm going to, let me just scroll down here. I'm just going to add one of these. I'm going to, instead of getting a case, I'm going to get an each. So again, make those changes. All is good. Once you're good to go, you're going to go ahead and review your updated order. So just keep in mind that even though you do have that clock counting down, you cannot make any edits to your submitted order past your cutoff time. So be very mindful of your cutoff time. If you need to, submit your order and make any changes, you want to give yourself plenty of time. So now we're in order review, it's going to give me the breakdown of all my updates to my order. So it's going to show me my original quantity and my edited quantity. So I ordered one originally, it was out of stock, so now I have 0, but I went in and added 2 of these fries. So once I'm good, again, my clock is counting down. It's still going to show me all my items. It's going to show me my critical items. And now I'm going to go ahead and submit updated order. All right. So it's going to take me to the order acknowledgement screen where my order is being confirmed. It's going through that same process that we just went through when we submitted the original order. And you'll notice on the original order, it displayed all my order confirmations. So when you go in to edit an order, it's only going to show you the order confirmations for the items that you made changes to. It's still going to show on the original order that it's not like it's 2 separate orders. This again is just showing the confirmation for those changes. So it's going to say ordered quantity, confirmed quantity, and then again, any exceptions, if any, you'll see those as well. So normally you wouldn't get this many exceptions. Again, it's just a test environment. So from now, you'll receive that confirmation email. Let me go ahead and pull that up here. So we're going to receive the original confirmation email, and then also because we made changes, we're going to receive a second one with those changes as well. So this is an example of what that confirmation looks like. It's going to come from CustomerFirst. Confirmation is going to say your customer name, OPCO, and customer number. It's going to come from noreply@pfgc.com. And then you'll see all that order confirmation. So you'll see the ordered quantity, the confirmed quantity, exceptions, if any, and whatnot. So this was our edit ordered one versus, let me go to our big one here. So you'll see all those items. All right, so next, so that is the demo that we have. I'm just going to pause here for a second, make sure there's no questions in the chat. Okay, so next I want to talk through your go live date with Midlands. So let me log into a different version of CustomerFirst here. So again, just to recap, if you have not yet received your emailed invitations, please go ahead, reach out to your sales representative, and let's get you registered so that way you're ready for go live. If you have already registered, your go live date, so meaning the day that you will start placing orders in CustomerFirst, is if you are placing an order for a October 14th delivery and on, you will place that order in CustomerFirst. So for example, if you place an order tomorrow that is going to be delivered on the 14th, you will place that order in CustomerFirst tomorrow. You will not place that in PowerNet. If you are placing an order for tomorrow, if you're placing an order tomorrow for Saturday delivery, just for example, you would still want to place that order in PowerNet. But again, if you're placing an order for delivery October 14th and beyond, you will now be placing that in CustomerFirst. Okay. All right, so we have about 5 minutes left. I always like to leave some time for any questions, anything you need to see again, anything you're uncomfortable with. So again, if you feel like you're good to go, I appreciate all your time today. You're welcome to jump off if you'd like, or if you have any questions, please let me know. Reach out to us on the side, or again, you can take yourself off mute. I'm going to hang on for the next couple of minutes if any questions do come up. But I appreciate your time. Thank you all.